My 12th summer gave me the privilege of going to Camp Seagull in North Carolina along with 1,000 other boys. Camp Seagull lies on the Neuse River between New Bern and Atlantic Beach. In future summers, I moved from staff trainee in high school to senior counselor in college, where I was in charge of a cabin of 12 8-year-old boys and 70 sunfish sailboats. The night before their arrival for a 4-week camp session, I would receive special needs cards from my cabin campers. In those days, there wasn't a list of medications. Most special needs involved bedwetting, which was nice to be warned about. A few read, "gets homesick," which seemed to say more about the parent than the child. One read, "Juan Campillo, 8 years old, Madrid, Spain, speaks no English." I turned the card over, it was blank. Just Juan Campillo, 8 years old, Madrid, Spain, speaks no English. At our first supper, we had almost an hour of announcements. Several directors of the land and sea programs were introduced. People cheered. Each of the 4 sub-camps rose and cheered for their own. We sang camp songs to raise camp spirits and learned basic rules to promote safety. I saw that Juan had silent tears going down his cheeks. He didn't understand the announcements, the songs, the cheering across a sea of 1,000 strange faces. I feared it was going to be a long, hard month for this 8-year-old boy sent across the sea. I grabbed a ball as I motioned Juan to follow me outside. We spent the time having a catch while the songs and cheers wafted through the windows. The next morning, instead of teaching campers to sail, I met with food service staff from Mexico I had never met before. While I didn't know the variations between Spanish from Spain or Mexico, they were willing and able to help translate for Juan. For the first week, 3 dishwashers took translating turns as they accompanied Juan around camp between their shifts. Juan began to learn more English words than I learned Spanish. However, Juan excelled at learning names. He learned the names of over 100 counselors who taught him riflery, archery, golf, tennis, motorboating, skiing, swimming, and sailing. With no translation necessary and with a huge smile, he would say "ahoy there" to every counselor by name. What began in tears ended with Juan earning the single happiest camper award, thanks to a little help from my friends. Each of us has special needs. None of us makes it on our own. Our needs are why we need each other in community. This pandemic identifies and exasperates our need for support, especially for widows and orphans, or the least of these, 2 metaphors the Hebrew prophets and Jesus use for ministering to the special needs of the most vulnerable in society. Who do you know who has a special need due to unemployment or insecure housing? How can you respond? What are ways our national community can help people move from tears to the pursuit of happiness?